What's up guys, CJ here and welcome back to another all-new Game of Thrones review, this time for Season 7, Episode 3, The Queen's Justice. While it wasn't exactly an action-packed episode, fans of the series probably got just as big a rush from seeing worlds collide for the very first time when Jon and Daenerys meet, as I said, for the very first time. But unfortunately, it's not as smooth as we might have hoped, so first let's dive into a quick plot recap. Our episode opens with that very meeting, Jon and Davos arriving in Dragonstone and meeting with Daenerys and Tyrion. Unfortunately for Jon, Dany is drawing a hard line. Bend the knee or you're openly in rebellion against my rightful claim to the throne. Eventually, with a lot of work on both sides by Tyrion, the two come to sort of an understanding, and Daenerys lets Jon take the dragon glass, with Jon respecting her a little bit more, even if she doesn't believe him about the Night's King, the White Walkers, and the others. And honestly, the fact that he keeps calling in an army of the dead doesn't really help. Daenerys' army, led by Grey Worm, wins a minor victory. They're the first to ever take Casterly Rock, but unfortunately this is a one step forward, two steps back situation as Euron destroys their fleet while they're attacking the castle, while Jaime takes Highgarden and the Tyrells, and suddenly Dany is alone and without allies. Maybe the best scene of the whole episode comes after that siege of Highgarden. Jaime and Olenna meet, and Olenna, knowing she won't live past this meeting, backed up by the poisoned wine Jaime gives her, drops the mic one last time and uses her final moments to admit to Jaime that she killed Joffrey, and she tells him to tell Cersei. Meanwhile, in the north, Sansa is running the show effectively when we get our first major family reunion of the season. Bran returns to Winterfell, but it's clear that after the whole thing with the three-eyed raven, he's a different person than he once was, and Sansa doesn't know quite how to handle it. Back in Old Town, Sam's treatment seems to have worked, and Ser Jorah seems to have been cured. He sets out to find Daenerys, and the season of reunions keeps on turning, and Sam earns the begrudging respect of the Maester and more work. Overall, this episode in my mind was much better than the second, maybe on par with the first. I mean, the plot just flowed a lot better in my opinion, and story-wise I think everything worked better. I actually really love the fact that Daenerys and Jon don't hit it off immediately. It makes sense, it's believable, and I'm not gonna lie, I honestly thought that everyone would just believe Jon about the Night's King, especially given the fact that we only have 10 episodes left, but I'm glad that I was wrong. This just adds a nice sense of urgency to the proceedings so that after a lot of work from Tyrion to just get this small diplomatic victory of the Dragon Glass, it feels much larger a victory than it would have previously. Also, look for their relationship to deepen next episode, as Daenerys is really no longer speaking from a position of strength. Now they're just two individual armies, two individual kings with no sizable allies to speak of, both in a position of weakness. They need each other now, and they both know it. Speaking of that, it's kind of crazy just how much the tables have turned in just 3 episodes. I mean, Cersei goes from outnumbered and outgunned to the top dog in just about 2 hours of screen time, but somehow it doesn't feel wrong or out of place. It really makes sense. It feels believable in world, and that's why it's so exciting. And do I really need to talk about how good the cinematography, the costume design, the production design, the lighting, and all that is? At this point, you know it's the best on television. Overall, I'll give Queen's Justice an 8.5 out of 10. It doesn't quite hit the level of the best episodes this series has to offer, but it's still an incredibly compelling, great, but not perfect episode of what will honestly go down as one of the greatest television shows of all time. So let me know what you guys thought of the episode in the comment section down below, but that's going to do it for me here. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to smash that like if you like what you saw, subscribe for more great content every single day, and consider turning on your notifications to be alerted every time we upload a new video. Signing off, this is CJ, and I'll see you next time.